All right, this is Common Conversation with Token and Word. With our first guest here, we got Asco.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
You know, so we're gonna talk about Asco's career in rapping and where he's been, where he's going, and all that good stuff. So I know, like, when me being a fan, years and years back, who's the first group you was with, or how did you start?
Well, I actually started with Denny Ray.
Okay.
They had the infamous thing going
Yeah.
on. We used to be rapping in the basement of there. Got a studio and put it in the basement.
Yeah.
And that's how I really just started rapping. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I was a trouble teen. You know what I mean? Kept getting locked up and stuff. So I really couldn't stay out while they was doing the group thing. And when I would come home on home passes,
Yeah.
he would ask me to spit and I'd rap. And he'd record me on tape recorders and shit. And I wouldn't even know. And he'll play it back to everybody, and I'm like, oh, who the fuck is that? He's like, this you. And I'm like, damn, you playing it to everybody. I didn't even know you recorded me. And this shit was hard as fuck, cause I was just freestyling, you know what I mean?
Straight off the top.
Yeah, straight off the dome. Yeah, and it's funny because he asked me to spit, but I didn't even know he was recording me.
Right.
So, I mean, when I came back, when I officially got home, we did a few mixtapes, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just to put out there in the streets. And then we had formed with Free, rest in peace,
Yeah.
Free Jack.
Free Jack.
Right.
We had, he had Payback Records.
Yeah.
We had formed with them, so you know what I mean. It slowly stopped being infamous, and then we just Payback.
Payback.
Yeah.
And so when you said when you went to Payback, that's when you start doing more recording.
I started doing there were still people ahead of me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just started getting better with recording. You know what I mean? I was still novice, so you know what I mean. I still sounded premature. I didn't sound like I wanted to sound.
But I would assume that those sneak recordings was what gave you the motivation when you heard yourself.
Yeah, when I heard myself, I'm like, it do sound like yeah. So
Yeah.
I never heard myself recorded. You know what I mean? I never heard myself not knowing how I sound. I'm hearing. I didn't even know it was me when he was playing the tape. You know what I mean? I'm like, damn, who is that? He that's you.
He going.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, I'm spitting on that motherfucker.
Right.
So from Payback, I had met with Big Just in somebody else's studio.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a home studio, and I had met Big Just, and he had some plan. I'm like, yo, who got some beats? He I got some beats, and dude, whose studio we was at, you know what I mean? He was acting like he didn't want Big Just to play no beats.
Right.
So I'm still finding a way to try to hear these beats. I'm like, well, what you got the beats on, Big Just? Shout out to Big Just, by the way. But he yo, I got it on a CD. And I'm like, well, shit, let me, dude had a big-ass entertainment system in the studio. And I'm like, yo, do that work? He yeah. I'm like, you trying to play these beats? He alright, so he played the beats, and me and Big, once I heard them beats, it was history.
So that's when you and Big Just
we connected and made the Bully Entertainment thing.
Right. And I was on the south side, right?
Well, it started up Northview. Yeah,
Okay.
Big Just actually had an apartment up Northview Heights, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we used to go up his crib, we was recording on a damn computer mic.
Oh.
You know what I mean? He would make the beats and we would just do the rap, you know what I mean? So when we formed the group, we just was you know what, man, we're gonna make a power group. You know what I mean? Whoever wanna get down, get down. And you know what I mean, my man Marman Q Dot, he was still with Free Jack at this time. I begged him to leave Free Jack and come fuck with us, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So then you hooked up with Big Just and y'all started doing y'all thing up Northview.
Right.
And then I remember that's when I think I came up. I think
you came around later on. You came around later on after,
yeah.
when he moved to the south side. He used to make those trips for me.
Yeah.
Over there to his studio. Yeah,
right.
That's when we moved over
that's
there.
When right. And that stuff, and that's when I really seen Asco the rapper.
Right.
I mean,
I was fully into my career. Yeah, I was fully into
doing
what I wanted to do.
I knew Asco the Ripper.
The Ripper, yeah.
Not Asco the rapper.
Yeah.
And I think, when I drove you out to the south side, then I was in one of the little first videos that never really made it out there.
Yeah.
When I played the snap.
Oh,
Playing the dub.
Yeah, that's funny. That video was actually one of the first videos I ever shot that never had been seen, never had got released or anything. So I was doing videos for real before anybody.
Right.
You know, besides the older artists in Pittsburgh, the elders in the city. You know what I mean? But I'm saying back then at my age and where we was going, nobody was putting videos out like that. You know what I mean? So for us to be able to shoot that video and for it to never come out.
Especially with this group.
Yeah, he wanted to be in the beat. Marvin had said something about the snap shine the dove, washing the doves.
He's a character.
Yeah, and it's so funny because he got the hoodie on with the bucket though. You can't even tell it's him though.
I didn't show my face, but
he didn't show his face. He had the hood on, leaning over, shadowy as cracked it up.
That was probably one of the funnest things I think I ever.
Yeah, because it was you was being a part. You
yeah.
wanted to be a part. Like once you heard the music, I think you became a believer.
Yeah.
Like once you heard the actual music, you was like, yo, y'all really got something.
Right,
there,
and that's what, and then when I was driving them, I didn't care about gas or nothing. Like I was happy just
to be a part
sit,
of
just
everything.
to sit, being a part of everything, get to listen to stuff, and just get to like you know what I mean, be with them. I wasn't nobody. I guess I'm like a small
you was
comedian.
yeah, right. You was always funny.
Yeah.
You was. I mean, like, and your mom know you as my best friend. Like you've been around and back. So it's like at the end of the day, like you definitely was somebody.
Yeah.
You just wasn't doing the music. You was a good friend of us. Like that could be around regardless, whether we was in the studio, video, wherever. Like you know what I mean.
Hanging, playing.
Right. We would stop past your house just to go. You know what I mean? Bust it up.
And doing that when we was going to the south side and driving back. I mean, we almost like killed ourselves. Let's talk about that. I almost took out the whole group.
Yeah. We almost died.
Yeah, it was
the car hydroplane coming off the East Isle.
Coming to East Isle exit, and hydroplane. Yeah, right there at the bend.
You told me about that.
And
I remember that too.
And it turned, and the next thing you know, it was like, Asco was like, oh, bro, slow down. I'm like, man, I got this. It's cool. Like, and then next thing you know, I lost everything. Was like, boom.
Yeah.
And we just was messed up.
Hey, I thought it was over, man.
Yeah, it was.
It makes it so funny where you were saying y'all came from recording off a computer mic.
Yeah.
That shows the talent of your producers and of you as an artist.
Yeah, we all grew.
Y'all took what y'all had to work with and y'all made quality music still.
Right.
Out of, from what you had and from what I heard back then, it's like
it didn't sound that bad. Yeah.
Like it was good.
Right.
So that shows like the determination and y'all effort y'all put into it. Like
The
this is
hunger,
really what y'all want, and that's a good thing that it's starting to show.
Right.
Well, I can't even say starting to show. It's showing.
No
It's
doubt.
blown out. Period.
No doubt.
Because I can't even tell you how many times where I'm in the bar and all I hear is, "I'm down for this set. I'm down for the night." That's what I'm talking about. Like,
right.
It's even getting into like. I download apps on my phone and your music comes up, other music comes up. I'm like, this ain't a game no more.
Yeah, this shit's real.
Like, this is really
no doubt.
what it is.
No doubt. Hell yeah.
You know, and I seen them like even like back in the day, just watching you, even when you was with Bully ENT, and right and that stuff, and y'all was like it was like on and off, like you know what I mean, like the music and stuff like that. I'm like even like the Pittsburgh Hip Hop Awards, and I'll go there and we'll talk to you like. Well, I didn't even get an award. I'm like, damn, like how ain't this man getting an award here? To me, if you ask me, even back then, a few years ago, you were hot. Right. I think you like rap like nobody else. Even when I talk to him, like he's like a local rapper who don't like rap like other local rappers. Right. And I'm like, damn, he ain't win nothing. And I hear some of the other people rap. I'm like, I don't even know who this is. I mean,
but this
granted,
is
I don't know if it's favorite
stereotype where he finally expanded.
Yeah.
Because at that time, a lot of artists were making music for their hood.
Right.
So, being from Northview is a small hood.
Yeah. Very
so
small.
you can get their votes, but what about
everybody else? It's kind of hard to get outside. That's what I varied off. That's what I had to do. I had to actually leave to be able to make that type of music. You know what I mean? I had to stop with the hood shit and make music for everybody. Right. Stop just making hood songs and make music. Exactly.
I was a couple of years ago. I think I seen someone when I went to Florida. I seen somebody in the car was like, "Oh yeah, you know this guy? Yeah, I seen him off somebody else's page." And I was like, "That's hard. Like he made it down here. Like somebody's playing this song down." I thought that was like awesome. Like it was crazy to me. So then, all right. So you started messing with Big Jess. So who are you with?
Well, after Big Jess, like, you know what I mean? Well, I never really left Big Jess, you know what I mean? Everywhere I went, Big Jess has been with me, like, so, you know, Big Jess never went nowhere, you know? We still together to this day.
Whether it be behind the scenes.
Or, yeah.
And that's what a producer's supposed to do.
Right. What I'm basically saying is, like, you know, we did the Bully thing, and then, like, I brought Bully with me down to Loud Pack.
Yeah, right.
Like, my man Stevie B, Ray Zealous, and Big Swan and Freezy had started the Loud Pack thing. And I just wanted to merge with new people and get more listeners and people from different places. So when I merged with them, the Loud Pack studio brought a whole bunch of other Pittsburgh artists together. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that's how I was able to do music with like people like FTR. I mean, people from everywhere.
Everywhere.
I was doing music. Like once I got down to Loud Pack Studios, I probably did like the most features in 2012. That was like one of the best years for me. Like, and even though I wasn't like cracking like I am now, it just was like a good time to work with everybody. Like
that gave you a chance for your music to branch off into other neighborhoods that it probably couldn't go for.
Right. That's basically what I'm saying. Yeah.
I was like, the best thing that you chose to do was what a lot of people aren't doing is network.
Right. Networking is the most important thing in music. Like people think like you need this money or they get what you need. A relationship is the best thing you can have musically with people because I mean, you know what I mean? You don't know what can happen. That's why I blend. Like when I'm in the studio, I try to get to know everybody who's in the studio, whether I'm in Atlanta, Texas, wherever I'm around, I'm networking with people.
That's what's up.
That's good. Now, how you feeling about these trips? Going all over the United States.
Man, it's lovely, man. But it's also tiring. Like I just did a tour down in Atlanta. Like I did, like all the clubs. And I actually got sick my second day down there, man. Like this tour, like this traveling shit is real. Like you gotta be healthy, you gotta take care of yourself. I was sick recording in the studio. I was sick performing. Like I was sick as shit. Like I down there probably had like the flu. Right. I was down bad, but you couldn't tell. I just still powered through it. I just still had to do what I had to do. But I was sick as hell. Yeah. I was sick.
I know. I was looking up on when Facebook day on Skinny Boy going live recording. It's just like showing stuff. Like I felt like honestly I was on the witch hunt because he did it early in the morning. You go get some breakfast. Oh yeah, let me wash up all this other stuff. But that was like cool to see. Like even like you going down to Atlanta and stuff like that. I felt like I was part of it. Even with your people, I guess like the people in the background, like they make sure to me that your fans or people who like your music get to see your experience and stuff like that too. And I think that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, heck shit. Cool. Like, I mean, because you gotta, that's the good thing about, like, the live and, like, the stuff that, like, all the social networks and stuff. Because you gotta give your fans a little bit of look into your actual life and see you as a person. Right. I mean, because, people hear the music and they'll get discouraged of who you really are. Like, I like to show people who I actually am. Like, I'm just as normal as you. I'm down to earth. I'm no better than you. You can be doing the same things I'm doing. You know what I mean? My music and what I'm doing is, my purpose is to, like, show kids that never give up your dreams and don't never let nobody tell you you can't do nothing. You can do anything in this world you want to do. You know what I mean? And my biggest thing for people up under me and people that believe in themselves is just never give up and believe in yourself, man.
And that's good. Like that peek into your life. Right. You're not going to live behind no false persona.
Right. I'm not going to tell you. Like, and even at the end of my shows, like when I'm talking to these kids, man, I keep it real with them, man. I be like, don't believe this music, man. Don't believe this music, man. It's all entertainment.
All entertainment.
These rappers, that your favorite rapper is not living none of that shit he's telling you. Right. He probably won't even tell you his real name. I mean, I'm just saying, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't believe this shit. This is just the entertainment.
I need somebody to figure out.
And that's what's cool too. Like, even like when y'all came up with the idea of doing like the little documentary thing, of you walking the neighborhood. Like, you know what I mean? And some people might say like, oh yeah, like that was. Dude, he really don't be doing that. But me, I know, like, you really sit there and talk with the kids. You play with the kids. Even when you come over here at the time, looking at me, every so often you come over to my house, you play with the kids, you bust it up with the kids and stuff like that. And you try to do, like, little stuff. And that, to me, that's what counts. Like, you know what I mean? If you ask me, like, people like you and somebody, like, because with your music last summer, I think, like, being the hottest it ever been last summer. Because everybody was.
Heck shit. Last year was definitely a good year for me.
Like, you know what I mean? And a lot of kids were looking at you. And, like, you sit there and you stop and talk. I didn't see on that, like, not even thing or even off camera, you sitting there, like, shutting on a little kid away. Like, no, I can't talk. Like, you know what I mean? You always talk to the kids.
That's one thing always gave them for is that, like, being around more because I came way later. Yeah. Like, way later. And it was like, I know you're one of the few people where I was like, because I kept to myself most of the time. Yeah. Like, it was just me, music, dealing with D-Murph, and doing my own thing. But it was like, all right, dude, cool. Asco, I ain't got no problem with him. I don't got no discomfort.
Right, yeah. We always shoot each other's hand. We was always cool. You know what I mean? Respect. Always cool. Right. That was just mutual respect, yeah.
Period. And it's like, when I see you, there's no, you're never slacking. Yeah. You're never BSing. You're not one of them people where it's like, yo, what's good with you? Same shit. No.
Yeah, I'm doing this.
I'm doing that. I got